stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash, put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you want till when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of a distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on the set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Till the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Set. At 24. 19. Let's go, D. Gonna be a long day. Let's go.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check 37. Check 37. Wide. Get wide. 24. Switch.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Pick the edge. Come. He's checking.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Big edge. Alert.
Now on second and 13. Watson, it's complete to Fuller. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here's Watson now on second down. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Hey. Watch out. Let's go, hey. Go, Mike 34, Mike 35.
From the gun, here's Watson being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a first and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Arnie. Check. Hey, watch it.
Out of the gun, Watson going deep for Hopkins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Got it.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. After the turnover, here's Locke. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton is the man he was looking for. And it's second down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
55, Mark, 55.
back to the air on second down. It's Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. On the carry, it's Booker. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Second-year punter Colby Wadman out there now for the Broncos, standing right on his own 5-yard line. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Check, go back. We got motion. Back up. In the car.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Crunch time, defense. Here we go, checking motion. Check the call. Check 50. Check 43. Now let's go.
Throwing on second down. Watson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Yo. Mike 34. Scoot.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Now Sanders. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A second down carry for Booker. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's got Rome. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Lindsay His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They keep it with Miller on first down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Let's go. Come on. He's crouching. He's checking crap. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Chef. I'm getting fouled.
Watson with a give to Miller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down carry now for Miller. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
26. Watch the slip. Watch the 39. 31. Check. 47. They can't hang with us. Out. Hey, we got to snap.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. 47 mark.
3rd and long, it's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
A 54-yard attempt.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Devontae Booker. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Devontae Booker, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Watson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards.
First and 10 at the 10.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Watson now to throw. Got an open man. It's QT. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This is Miller. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are back within a single score. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break.
They've got his man complete. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jonathan Joseph there for the tackle. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Ready. Mike, 41 to Mike. Check 41. Drop deep. General West. Watch the whip. Shit, watch the shit. 6 guys. Check Under 10. Under
Recon, 132 fighter.
Kill.
Hey, Charlie. Hit it.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Touchdown, baby. Keep it running.
Noah Fant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Mike, 27. Take me up. Here we go.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Check. Check hot route. Hot. Down and look.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Watson now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Push him back. Push him back. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score. Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2. Watson looks to throw again. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Yo, faster. Hey, box drop. Ready?
On second down now. It's Lindsey, and he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
31.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Steps away to his left. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today.
A 31-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this.
Emmanuel Sanders, the 30, past the 20, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Watson off play action. Eluding the pressure right. Going deep here for Stills. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Ringo, 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 Ringo.
Hey, 59!
Come on. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Watson on first down. It's complete. Stills. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
All day, dog.
To throw again on second down. Watson. Now he's flushed out left. He's got Fuller. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards the pickup there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Duke Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead is down to 2. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last
true.
time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26.
Hey, Alpha.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Snap.
On second down, here's Locke. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
They'll let this go deep for Sutton, and that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
47, 19, 29.
Banjo, 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 banjo. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Hey, 31. Watch the pass. Down and go.
Operating from the gun, Watson. This is Miller, complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Houston. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Go, go, go.
55, 54, 59. Check 13. Down and go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
27-yard line.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
64, weak. Hey, Haywood.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Tashawn Gibson there on the tackle. You think back to 2018, many people thought it would be Royce Freeman taking over as the lead back in Denver. Spent a 3rd-round pick on him, but it was Phillip Lindsay who would be in the catbird seat as the number 1 running back. But still for Freeman, not a bad rookie campaign, 521 yards and 5 touchdowns as the backup. From the 38, Locke got him man. That's complete to Hamilton. 7 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Hey, order.
Booker on first down. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Devontae Booker. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Devontae Booker, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Watson now, off the play fake. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. To try again after the sack. Watson buying time to his left. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Check 31, check 31.
To throw is Watson. Throwing on 3rd and long. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now it's Watson. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Stills the intended target. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, Locke. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Hey, Zoo.
41 Mike.
Shut up.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Ricky. Slam. Shift. Alert 3.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Fuller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Here's Watson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's good, so that will get them back within one score. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And the Broncos are going to get the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it.
On the ready.
But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A huge play there for Denver. 42 yards. Here's Locke to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. He's at the 50, the 40, 20, 10. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. He's at the 50, the 40, 20, 10. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround. And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
He'll look to throw. Being chased out left, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. You're out.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Get there.
Yep. Go. Get it.
Now the backup, A.J. McCarron. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Freeman. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Get off the field.
Hey, Charlie.
He's checking. Crash.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
Hey, box drop.
Locke going to throw it here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Pull it high. Ready.
Now Locke. Rolling to his right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Charles, it's one thing